the stage, but it is not now. It is very soon, but it is not now. Every time
there you
get
go.
like a certain
We
amount of
have
people
eyes in
there.
the sky, guys. We got very active people who can't wait to kick people.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely
trust me,
brutal.
I got
To
an
see it's
itchy
not
trigger finger.
Yeah, on
last
stage,
time
please,
I
guest.
oh and hello and welcome everyone to episode 82, I think. Yeah, episode 82 of Improv Night with Stevieboy and Shoseki.
Hey, guys. Hey, welcome.
Yeah. You might notice that we look like Netflix adaptations of ourselves. That is because Altspace has gone through some updates. So,
I
first
have
and
no fingers
foremost,
that work.
yeah, we can't move our fingers. It's temporary. Don't worry. Yeah, not since the event. So before we get into the fun stuff, obviously we gotta get through the legalese. I'll just do this real quick. If you want to talk to us throughout the week, if you have recommendations or questions or you want to watch movies with us, play games and do challenges, discord.me/improv. It also has alerts for if you want to see when the next one is. Discord.me/improv. That's our Discord server. Also, recording, streaming, taking photos, all of that shit, that's permitted. But as long as you're only capturing what's on the stage, because some people in the audience don't want to be recorded. But hearts and applause to Rain Hawthorne up there. She's streaming this to the Improv AR YouTube channel so that you don't have to do it. Because she's fucking awesome. She's a goddamn sweetheart. Designated goddamn sweetheart.
Very cheap.
Also, any level of experience or expertise is lovingly welcome. Never done improv before, you're good. That's all I need to say about that. Mature audiences only. Because there's no other way to regulate this, if you come up here and you sound like you're under 16, then our moderators have to kick you. If you don't come up, we won't do anything about it. That's it about that. Please stay unmuted for laughter or quick comments because that's how we know we're doing well. But if you're going to talk to your friends, go to the campfire. This is a show. This is not a lounge. Almost done. Have megaphone on when you come on the stage and turn it off when you're off the stage. So that's a good way to, because that makes everyone in the space can hear you just like how you guys can all hear me right now. I'm not that loud and annoying. I'm only halfway that loud and annoying. And last but not least, don't open portals in any featured event. It's fucking rude. So she's like, hey, would you please start us off?
Waiting for the drum roll to end. Okay, let's start with the game of Fortunately, Unfortunately. I think we've played that for a few weeks. All right, so we need two people from the audience to come up on stage, and we're going to play Fortunately, Unfortunately. So we've got Big Boy, come on up, Big Boy, and Don, come on up, Don. Come on.
That's his name, by the way. Just
That's
put it out there.
No, that Big Boy. That's his real name. Yep. It's not his nickname. That's his legal name. All right.
I can't tell which one you mean.
All right. So, fortunately, unfortunately, we take it in turns. One person will start the story. The next person will say fortunately and then continue, or unfortunately and continue the story. So, Stevie Boy, do you want to start us off?
Sure. One day I stubbed my toe and I saw the looming, the shining, and the spine-tingling face of Ben Stiller in the shadows. I had no idea what his intent was, but it didn't seem good.
Fortunately, you were pretty sure you were on a movie set, so whatever bad it wasn't real. So,
unfortunately, you were taking meth.
Well, that's just Hollywood, man.
No, Hollywood is crap.
Just an average Sunday afternoon.
Fortunately, he also had cocaine.
Unfortunately, this made a really big party, and that made it so that you couldn't shoot the movie. And also, like, there was people dying on the floor. But more importantly, you couldn't get that precious footage. And so the director was desperately grasping at anything he could, or she, sorry, to get that last morsel of frames per second.
Fortunately, somebody in the party accidentally left their webcam on, so the entire debacle was live streamed.
Unfortunately, the only person that was filmed was O.J. Simpson.
Oh my good God.
Fortunately, he was passed out on the floor not doing anything.
Unfortunately, he did make another tweet, and so we had to sit through that.
Fortunately, it was just a tweet about his latest book. Maybe I did somewhat or not do it, maybe or not.
Maybe I kind of did.
Maybe
Unfortunately, we all know he did it, so the book didn't do so well. I don't know where to take this.
Fortunately, the police did not know that he released that book.
Unfortunately, there was this detective who didn't follow by the rules and constantly wore a fedora even if it was 90 degrees outside. And he always wore sunglasses even at funerals. And his name was Darkwing Duck. And he was here to take down O.J. Simpson.
Fortunately, he had the best lawyer in town to defend him, who was also the same lawyer that the other people used for free.
I just realized we made O.J. Simpson getting arrested, unfortunately.
We're making him the good guy.
I only said maybe, kind of, he did it, kind of.
Oopsie.
Wait, did you just do unfortunately?
I did, fortunately, yeah.
Oh,
Fortunately, he had a
okay.
good lawyer.
Oh, he had a good lawyer. Unfortunately, Bill Cosby was the judge.
Fucking... Oh...
Fortunately, the entire jury was knocked out because Bill Cosby was the judge.
For the record, I almost wish that I forgot to set up the stream today. I unfortunately... Was that fortunately?
Yeah, that was fortunately.
We're on the good side of O.J. Simpson.
Unfortunately, O.J.
Wait, no, that was
Simpson
fortunately.
That was
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I
fortunately?
did, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay, so now I'm saying, unfortunately, O.J. Simpson was able to use the heads of the people that have passed out to escape the courtroom before he was convicted. He used his parkour skills that he could only have used in the finest of prisons, and he essentially became the useful version of Hawkeye.
Fortunately, as he leapt from the window, he landed on a strategically placed pile of jello.
I just remember all those little jello cups.
Oh, God. Unfortunately, when jumping out the window, his ass got scratched by glass. So now he's just bleeding all over the jello.
Fortunately, the getaway driver was also a paramedic.
Unfortunately, this paramedic was able to resuscitate O.J. Simpson perfectly fine.
He just couldn't use his ass for a while.
I'm trying to turn around so that O.J.'s not
Is he
the
a
bad
good guy or a bad guy?
Okay.
I'm trying to make him a bad guy.
And fortunately, when the front of the limo that he was escaping in wound down, it was the judge himself who had helped him escape.
Cosby.
I forget, is that unfortunately or fortunately?
That was fortunately, somehow.
Oh, Oh, great. That's amazing. Unfortunately, wait, okay, so just so I can get the story straight and figure out what the fuck to do with this, currently O.J. Simpson is in the car perfectly fine with his getaway driver.
Who's Bill
Correct?
Cosby?
Who is
Oh
Bill
my
Cosby?
God.
Because he was
Okay.
the judge.
Oh, yes, okay.
That's where the Jello came from. I was like a subtle.
This is the
so-
first skit we've done that I would actually actively not want someone to animate.
We're gonna animate it, like even
Do it
Photoshop.
though.
Do it, yeah.
Unfortunately, because Bill Cosby's old, he had a heart attack and slammed into a wall.
Oh no.
Try to make that fortunate. Just, there you go.
Fortunately, O.J. Simpson is trained in CPR, so he's able to resuscitate Bill Cosby.
Unfortunately, as he was trying to resuscitate Bill Cosby, oh, would you look at that? Because, he always forgets. He's always got a knife in his hand somehow. And so he kind of forgot to put it down, and he was just stabbing Bill Cosby as he was trying to resuscitate. And he, couldn't see the knife because it was behind his hand. So he was just, continuously just sawing through Bill Cosby.
Oh, God.
Fortunately,
I don't know anymore.
at this point, the police just gathered around them and picked them up and sent them to prison.
They were
And
waiting
everyone lived
patiently
happily ever
outside the
after.
door.
I'm gonna do one more after that because you know what? Fuck it. Unfortunately, the nation had an uproar over the amount of BS that has just taken place and set them free, and now they both live happily with 2 children in Mexico. The end.
2 biological
All right.
children somehow.
Yes.
It's the knife wound baby.
Made of jello.
Yes, so thank you so
I don't know
much.
who said that for those scripts.
Who said what?
There was someone who said the children are made of jello.
No, Mike. That's perfect. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, now cross off on my bucket list making an improv skit about O.J. Simpson and Bill Cosby having
Bill
a baby
Cosby.
made of jello.
Yeah.
So thank you so much to Big Boy. Oh God.
And to Don.
I'm no. Fuck off. The King God. Jesus. So thank you so much to Big Boy and Don. You guys were great.
It's your turn.
So who wants to do a nice game of let's try, there's a lot of people here, let's try the what game. So you might be the why game, which I keep calling the what game. So here so here's how you play if you've never played the why game. So what happens is we line up about one of us and then 3-4 additional people along the back here, along that poster. This is the game that could include the most people. So we could add a good chunk. So then one of us starts off with just something that happened. Something that once happened to them. You can make it up or whatever, and then we keep asking people why questions about it, or just questions in general. You'll see how it goes. We're just gonna ask you questions, and you have to answer them the best you can. That's how it goes on your end. So who wants to join in?
So we need at least 3 volunteers. We got
Oh,
B.
shit, we got exactly
Schnazzy
3.
and Jonathan.
So B Schnazzy, we have God as well, who messaged me that he was raising his hand. Jonathan
course.
and Carl, you guys all come up.
Yeah.
Oh, and unmute yourself if you're muted and put on your megaphone.
And make sure you got a
Lower
megaphone on.
right.
In our I guess religion, I guess it is now. Is Don still a devil?
I guess so. Yeah, I would call Don a devil.
Don, are you still the devil?
He's left.
Oh,
He's left, so we can say
No,
whatever.
there's a guy.
He got bored.
There's a guy right there. I can see him.
Yeah.
no idea what
See
you're
what
talking
you're
about.
doing.
Okay, let's line up, guys.
Have you seen the face of God?
All right.
So
They keep looking
Only in
behind
the mirror.
themselves because they're trying to look for me. I'm everywhere,
All right.
but mostly behind them.
So, Shiseki. Oh God, Shiseki. If you had, speaking of world-class criminals, what would you have on your last meal?
I would have a burger.
Just burgers. Okay.
Plain, no
So-
cheese.
So, Carl,
It's just two buns, completely plain.
just two completely plain, not even toasted buns. So, Carl, if you had to guess what toppings he would put on this burger based on all of the 5 minutes you know about Shiseki, what would you say he'd put on?
He would most likely put ketchup. Lots and lots of ketchup. He would include the seeds from the tomatoes as well.
Oh God.
And
What's wrong with
He
you?
would just
Fried tomatoes.
That's
he would
grim.
just smush a tomato and some vinegar between two buns, not even a
that's exactly it.
Dude, what's wrong
And
with you?
so,
Just tomato jello.
Jonathan, are you alive?
John looks
Okay.
ill. So we're
So
going to skip
someone
him.
seems to have Bill Cosby Jonathan, so we'll wait for him to come back.
Is that a verb now?
So,
It is in this universe.
To be Cosby'd. I Cosby'd, you Cosby'd, they Cosby'd, we Cosby'd.
you see, we could say that now because he's being prosecuted. So
Future past
jail?
participle, you will have been
yeah, he's in
Cosby'd.
jail.
Then why is he?
You just will. No. So, be snazzy. So, if you had a sandwich where you could only put tomatoes and vinegar on it, like and nothing else, what would you put on this sandwich?
I wonder.
So I can only put vinegar and tomatoes on it. Now, is that right, or is that...
Yeah, so
Is this
if
the
all the
logical
toppings in the world... If all
Okay,
the
I can
toppings
put
in the world,
all the
what would you put
toppings
on
in the
this?
world on
You
this?
can only put vinegar and tomatoes on it.
Yes. There is no wrong answer.
So all the, I guess I would put at least
What would go with it?
3 tomatoes and 2 vinegars.
Two
Two
vinegars.
shots of vinegar, I can see how it's
No, yeah, that's definitely how I do vinegar. Shot glass.
I think I just gaslighted someone accidentally. So, God, if two vinegars and 3 tomatoes had to screw in a light bulb, how many times would it get the attention of Carl?
I mean, the thing that it really depends on is how much Kraft mac and cheese was involved in the whole process. Because if we're talking about, because if we're talking 5
mac and
boxes, then
cheeses or
I'm sure
3
that it would get his attention. I'm sure
I
if
only
we
go-
use
I only go for
five
Velveeta.
boxes, I'm sure we could get his attention. But anything less than that, then
Oh
I
no,
don't
it's the
think we would be
Velveeta
able
that
to.
turns me on.
So, Jesus. So, Shiseki, when was the last time you had a nice evening where you just a nice, no, I'm just kidding.
Just a nice
A nice evening where you just sat down and crammed tomatoes and vinegar into Kraft mac and cheese boxes.
I'm not going to lie to you, Stevieboy. It's been a while. All right.
You know what, Shiseki? You should treat
Tonight's the night.
yourself on us.
For me,
That's
it
the
was
night.
been at least 14
I should
years.
shoot myself. That's a bit extreme.
Wait, what? No, I said you should treat yourself.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought you were
Wow.
suggesting I...
That might
I'll
not
take
be
myself
what
out.
you intended.
You have no
Just-
idea how
just
many
eat
audience
Jell-O.
members we lost to me accidentally miscommunicating. So, Carl. So, are you free in your schedule? When do you want to cram tomatoes and vinegar into a cardboard box with Shiseki? You could do it on meth if you want.
This sounds way dirtier than it.
I'm trying to sound
really
real
does.
for a second.
I
guess
never
we can
cram cheese and tomato into a cardboard box on the first date.
Can you
I mean,
cram a can into a clean cream can?
I think we should just, skip church and do it, while everybody else is praying and stuff. They won't even notice. They just skip church tomorrow.
Skip church.
Like, why didn't you go to church? I was cramming Kraft mac and cheese.
That old.
So, be schnazzy. So what kind of church do you think you would go to, where instead of giving the body of Christ as bread and the blood of Christ as wine, they would just give you just truckloads of Jello?
I'd have to assume
I'd
that is
go.
the religion of the jiggle.
The religion of the jiggle. Put that on
Where you
Google.
must worship you worship the waves it produces.
The jiggle
And
entity.
you find peace.
I
And
thought it was
that's where
St.
jiggle has
Cosby's.
come from.
Sarah
Exactly.
said that. The original Sarah says fanfics are going to happen based on this skit alone.
And this skit alone, just the first half of this show, the entire first half.
Just improv night in general, you can pick any episode.
So God, so if we decided to eat, if we decided to eat just copious, obtrusive, crippling amounts of Jello instead of bread and wine, how exactly would be your first choice to smite us?
Honestly, I'd go with a variety of methods. Of course, I'd consult my smiting assistant, Dawn, first, before I really went through with anything. But I think first thing was probably going to be the floods again. That went pretty effectively the first time. So I think we just go...
Yeah.
We just go with that one, but we don't use a Noah. We just remove all life from Earth, and I think it'll go fine.
I think you did the flood with pudding.
The flood,
So
we
we
just
gotta
put it back
get all of you
prehistoric
80
times,
desserts
and I
in
think
there,
we'll go
so-
fine.
Yeah.
So Shiseki, if I give you 15 minutes to get across town using a flood as a water slide, what vehicle would you use to do it?
I'm pretty sure that I would just lay Carl down and like stick my foot in the back of his head and sort of just like scoot across the streets.
So, Carl,
If you don't mind,
Elizabeth, how many teeth do you lose in the first 5 minutes?